Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer Bird. I am a biblical scholar, and I care very much about what people do with what they find in the Bible. Last week, I posted a video about the curse of Ham in Genesis chapters 9 and 10. What I was interested in doing was bringing people's awareness to how this curse functioned literarily and culturally to help justify hatred toward some people living in Canaan, and how it was used to give divine blessing to the North Atlantic slave trade. I saw a couple respectful comments asking me why I settle with reading what Ham allegedly did through the lens of sex and of him violating his father. These two people referred to Joel Baden and my colleague Dan McClellan as both having said that it's really about the honor-shame system instead. And one asked specifically what my response is to their claims. So in short, I think Dan and Joel are right. So let's talk about what they are getting at first, shall we? Back in Genesis 2, at the end of the second creation story, we have that bringing together of the two humans, the man leaving his parents to join up with the woman he now clings to, and the reference to the two being naked and unashamed. Take note, the mention of shame. Only they do not have it yet in relation to nakedness, right? Then in chapter 3 of Genesis, after both humans partake of the fruit of enlightenment, their eyes are opened, metaphorically, and they knew that they were naked and immediately covered up. All right, well, with this in mind, it's fairly easy to see an element of shame at being naked going on here for the ancient writers. And the added element, when you see it in Genesis 10:9, of Shem and Japheth making sure that they did not see their father's nakedness. It all adds up to something about Ham not being respectful of his father in ways that were culturally proper. Perhaps you're wondering how Noah knew that it was Ham who brought attention to his father's nakedness, or how Noah knew that it was Ham who would have discovered it to begin with. Was Ham known to be, peeping Tom? Was he always messing around with people? Had he drawn a smiley face on his father's belly with henna or something? The point is, this element of the story shows us how deeply important honor and shame were for these people. That this gesture of disrespect on Ham's part was enough to justify cursing his descendants ought to make us take a serious step back. Whoa, chill the bleep out, Noah. Part of what I'm trying to get at is that most people do not take the honor-shame element of these ancient cultures seriously enough, it seems to me, or to pay attention to how deeply unhealthy this level of honor and shame is for people in general. It stems from a deeply insecure place for males. It perpetuates some weird body image issues. It is deeply sexist, deeply, deeply sexist, and so on and so on. So why did I record myself saying that I tend to read it through the lens of Ham having violated his father in some other way? I mean, honestly, I don't know. I was tired, probably because it helps me to take seriously the depth of the problem for them. I mean, it isn't like Ham doesn't know what male genitalia looks like. Was it that Noah was embarrassed about being found out for being drunk? No, that really isn't what the narrative says. Read through the honor-shame lens, seeing his father's package caused this level of cursing. It's just hard for me to get there, honestly. It makes me even more frustrated with all of it. Men and their precious penises are constantly at the center of these stories. Ultimately, that's my point here. Are you paying attention? That's all I want to know. Are you paying attention? All right. Have a good one.